what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Welcome to your show. As far as we know, still to this very moment, the only live show on YouTube, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. As well, we make up fun little categories like the one today that we are number one in on YouTube. And that category being a show that will have a couple Zoom guests, a couple of other guests, as well as a super spooky set. Getting a little early, thanks to our buddy the Phenom. You can check him out here. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at that. He's just a hand. We don't know. Apparently it's Adam's family rules, and we just go with it. So that's kind of fun. We also have, dare I say, the most popular cam in the history of cams. That cam is the Maggie cam. Let's check out what she's doing. Look at her. See, she is tuckered out. We had her over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, today with Brooksie and I, and we did a little Halloween video, another adventure with Maggie as she got to shoot with her boyfriend Leroy, which was fantastic. He spent most of the time walking her around on her leash. It was super cute. Mike was there, and he's always so helpful as we got an incredible video all shot, and now Brooksie's going to put it together, and that will be out very, very soon. As she says, okay, I am out of here. Do not forget, Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer, Mike and Rochelle, along with Leroy, always there to make the day the best day of your life. As well, if you go after hours, you can say hi to Kirsten Shar or Chris, and they will also hook you up with an incredible shopping experience. They got a bunch of great Halloween toys there. They got some costumes coming in, and we'll be showing all those off in the latest adventure with Maggie. Now, I guess you could say a packed show. We have a bunch of stuff going. We checked in with my main man, Croker, earlier today. I don't know if we'll have enough time to run that. We did a football talk. We also talked about some other exciting things that happened to him that might get bumped to tomorrow because we got a lot to get to today, including a quick little trip to the land down under. Grab your Foster's beer, get a Vegemite sandwich, and say hello to Coach number one. Look at that. Did I hit all the stock fake Aussie things that everyone in Australia hates?
Good on ya, Gaza.
There it is. How you doing, old friend?
Yeah, pretty good, GM. Now I got a question. When I see you open, there's like three or four things that always different thoughts that come into my head.
Okay.
On the Pet Planet Maggie cam.
Yes, Pet Planet on 8th Street. Very important. It's the best.
On 8th
Planet.
Street.
Yes.
Is there more than one?
Oh, yeah, but the best one's on 8th Street.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
We love the one on 8th Street.
That's right. You get it.
That's right. There's a framed Star Phoenix sports page next to it. Is that right? What is that?
Let me show you. So, this right here. This is a framed picture. There, how am I going to do this? Right there.
Oh, 1989.
It's a framed picture of Robo-Kicker, the great Dave Ridgway, after the kick in '89 that led the Riders to the Grey Cup. And this was in my buddy Scotty's house, who I lived with for a while. And this was my original clipping, and I pulled it out, and we got it framed, and we put it up in his house. And that was probably about 15 years ago, and he was cleaning up the house and found it. And so he brought it in here. So it's just another one of those little Saskatchewan-y things that we like to show off, and it's one of my favorite little things because it's a legit time capsule of what happened the day after the Riders won the Grey Cup in '89. So that's that right there.
Oh, that was a great day. I bet you my dad has got that same. He likes keeping newspapers with the big covers when there's big events. He would have that in his stash somewhere too.
Yeah, and there's a lot of riding. Our buddy LB, his dad actually has I believe, a Rider whiskey that he's been saving since 2013, I think it was, when Darren Durant led them to the Grey Cup. And LB said to him, "Dad, if they win it this year, can we drink it?" And he's like, "No, are you crazy? It's a collector's item. We can't be drinking that. So it's interesting how we all hold on to these little mementos, eh?
Yes, I've got a I'm having a brain fart right now. Elevators in Saskatchewan. I've got an elevator bottle of whiskey that somebody brought back for me one time, and it's empty, but it's still in our liquor cabinet. It's not going anywhere.
That's it. It's like a trophy. It's like this one. This is my One Bad Son. When their song Raging Bull went to #1, they gave us this lovely bottle. So it's a bottle of Jack Daniels, but it says, as you can see, Raging Bull on it. And that's the name of their song. So they were doing radio tours, and they gave a bunch of the different radio people one of these. And when we were recording the One Bad podcast a couple days ago, that came up in their story. So I ran downstairs real quick while they were going, grabbed that, and then brought it back in. And then he showed it and talked about it. So it was a very good talking point. That's the other thing. These things are talking points, right?
Absolutely. Now, speaking of talking points, I see Coach, 2.
TOO. I just got the thumbs up.
Here as well.
Yeah, I just got the thumbs up. Let's go ahead and bring him in now. The newly named Coach 2. Oh, hold on. We got to flip it back. TOO, baby.
Oh.
Phenom's on it. There it is. Oh, 2-2. Coach 2-2. There. Beautiful. How you doing, Coach 2?
Good, fellas. I'm actually parked in the exact same spot I was last week. I got the same distance home and had to pull over here, unfortunately. So
it's a safe spot, though, right? Safe space?
I don't think I survive. If someone did hit from the side, I just get pushed into a ditch. I think I'd be good.
Okay. Well, that's not the best answer. It's not what I wanted to hear, but we'll go with it. So I was looking at our group chat going on here as I begrudgingly, the only reason I checked the messenger on the phone thing is to keep up with you guys. So thank you again for helping me overcome my fears of checking Facebook Messenger. It's always a joy seeing all the messages go like this. Hey, there's like all these people. And it's like, where is Adrian around? There it is. I click it real quick and try to ignore all the other things that come through. So that's why we have a social media person, by the way. If you want to get in contact, hit up Winnie Bricks Media. She's the best in the biz at what she does. So where are we going today? I saw there was some talk about our bet that didn't get made was it Brisbane? Who took home the title? Brisbane?
Brisbane won in a landslide. It was a blowout. It was close for one quarter, and then they just took it away from there and ended up winning by, I'm going to say, easy 10 goals.
Yeah, I sent a picture to Mace.
They were the dogs?
It was on the TV. Go ahead, Mace.
No, you go. Sorry, I might break up. They were the underdogs in the game, were they not?
They were the underdogs, and they actually finished outside of the top 4. Because I don't know if you remember when we spoke about it last time. The top 4 teams have a big advantage. They either play one less game, or they can lose one game in the finals and still qualify, not get knocked out. So it was pretty interesting to see that. The other thing too that was from the game was the head coach for the Brisbane Lions. His name is Chris Fagan, 60 plus years old. He's the first coach of an AFL team to win a flag that never played in the AFL.
Oh, so that eliminates the whole "you can't talk about it unless you played, bro" argument.
Yes, that's right. And he's a super awesome guy. I met him a few years ago, and I think an educator by background. But just the friendliest, gentlest man. And that was one of the Cinderella stories that everybody loved to see, that Chris finally won his premiership.
So with Aussie rules football, and you say 10 goals, how many points would that be? Because I saw it was like 140 something to like a 70. Like, how's that scoring breakdown?
You get 6 points for a goal.
Oh, okay.
And then a behind, which is 1 point. If you kick it, there's 4 goal posts. So if you kick it between the 2 middle ones, that's a goal, 6 points. And then if you kick it between the 2 outside posts, that's a behind, that's 1 point.
Wow. So it takes a lot to get there. Go ahead, Mace.
Yes. There you go.
That's good. So we could be umpires out there, is what I'm learning.
I'm sure all the listeners out there would appreciate what we just did there.
Yes. If you are listening audibly and not watching on the YouTube, we did the whole double hand down, shoot the guns type of thing, where it's like when the kick goes through and you get a goal, that's what they give you. Do you get 1 when it's 1 and then double for the sixer?
Correct. It's like you've taken the community course on how to umpire footy.
Oh, wouldn't that be something? Coach, what do you think about Brisbane? Coach 2, sorry, about Brisbane taking home the title.
Well, I predicted it, and I thought we were putting a G note, an Australian G note on it, and then I found out we were just betting on who might score first. I was very shattered. I thought we were retiring.
Yeah, I think I dropped the ball on that. First goal score we didn't get, and I think
one.
when I was putting on the bets, I was like, it's only paying $1.75, just something. I was like, it's not worth it. But I also didn't. I don't think we agreed. We didn't create clarity or alignment on how
That's
much
true. Yeah.
we were going to put on.
Yeah.
So that's a learning for next time for us to evolve and get better as a team, Maze, when it comes to these things. That's one of the things we'll just get alignment on.
When you know it's going to be Lion, put your life savings down. That's what I've learned. It's a smart betting move. It's just put have.
Just everything. Okay.
Yeah, Maze, you're in like a dead zone there, Maze. You're cutting in and out like a jabroni. What the heck?
Well, it's another windy day on the side of a highway in Saskatchewan. So
that's fair. Okay. Before we keep the train rolling, I know, AJ, you talked about les habitants as hockey gets going and rolling and all that good stuff. And losing Patrick Laine, were you excited for him to be a Hab? What's the deal there?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a bad move. I think it was all upside. It seems that we've got, I say we, les habitants, go Habs go. It seems we've got a lot of depth. So it's like, why not go for him? The worst that's going to happen, and he's going to score 9 goals and he wanders off. I guess we waste a little bit of money, but I think it was a good punt. And then now he's out for a couple months. But the NHL, I don't know if it's different for you guys there, but definitely from my perspective here, like I'm actually really excited to see the season start. I don't know if the NHL is starting to get more and more popular, and whether that's because the Oilers were back in it, or like the Stanley Cup Finals were awesome last year. The Amazon, I've been hearing a lot about the Amazon series. I can't remember what it's called, but the behind the scenes look. I've been listening to Spit and Chicklets a lot, so getting more into it. But I don't know, from your guys' perspective, is the NHL on the rise?
Coach 2?
I moved the road. Is this better?
Yeah, you're good. Is the NHL on the rise there, Mace?
I haven't studied numbers. Yeah, we're in a different world. There's a lot of people doing little side projects and a lot of social media personalities getting involved and being more involved in the marketing side of things for the NHL. And I don't know. I don't think kids watch as much as we did growing up. I think they get it through their social medias and they watch the highlights and they want to do all those little things. So I think it is on a rise. It's just something that maybe my brain can't quantify on anything. But there was a funny comment, a reporter in the Toronto news media, for whatever reason, it might have been what's that goofy guy for Toronto? Doesn't matter. But
Chris Johnson?
No. He's I wouldn't say
Friedman?
he would be.
Yeah, you can name a
No.
lot of guys.
You're the guy that's like a social media guy that is terrible at hockey, and he puts out these posts, and he's really animated. He's got a nickname. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I think he asked Matthews if the NHL is so far behind in paying their athletes compared to baseball or the NFL or the NBA. So it's like he referenced that Matthews is obviously a top 10, maybe top 6 player in the league, and he's making $10 million a year, whereas top in the NFL and whatnot are making 6 times what he is. And Matthews had a very political and good response that he's blessed no matter what. Like, he's very fortunate to be where he is. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but so the NHL doesn't have the revenue stream as some of these larger American-based sports. leagues. Sorry, and so I don't know if it's on the rise. I think it's gaining popularity, but it's in a whole different realm of popularity. Like that sports drink Quench is another example. So there's BioSteel and now there's this Quench drink,
Yeah.
right? So BioSteel invested in Ezekiel Elliott and Connor McDavid and all these, and they spent way too much money, more than they were bringing in, like 900 times the amount, right? So this, and then Quench is doing a similar thing. They got McDavid on, or Nathan McKinnon on board, but they've got all these social media personalities as their spokespeople, right? So they're selling to the kids through not the athletes themselves, just other fans that do little hockey trick things. So I don't know. I didn't answer that question at all. I don't know if it's on the.
Well, I can tell you right now, I can explain it to you a lot easier. The fact is that everyone is consuming the sports that they love to consume in little snippets. It's all about watching the best clips from the games instead of sitting down and watching a broadcast. No one does that anymore because it's way too inconvenient. They want it at their own time. So you have way more people on the social media taking it in and watching all the highlights and the clips, but you don't have the people filling up the barns and watching and getting those ratings up. And that's sort of the dynamic that they're trying to work into. And I think that's why they're working into all this other stuff that gets all the attention. Stop eating the dirt. Sorry, Maggie's eating all the dirt there.
A great parallel to draw is just like this show, your show that we do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We haven't reached millions yet, but maybe 120, 150, 200, eventually 500 people, 600 people, whatever, might watch this episode. But if we were to make little snippets, like highlight points, like edit me out of the show and then just show what agents say, it would probably get 1,000 hits. You know what I mean? Or like, well, oh, here's a quick little blurb from Adrian the Canadian, and it's a minute long, and it'll just get a ton of hits and be huge. So I think that's what you're saying. So yeah, the game's growing. The popular players are more popular than ever. Everybody wants the stick that these, like all the kids want to be using. The pro level
$500 sticks. Yeah.
Yeah. $500 sticks and $1,800 skates and all these things that all the pros are using. Like it's still relevant for sure. So I'd say it is growing. The kids are talking about it in the dressing rooms that I coach, and they're talking about the games and who's the best player. Some kids, like my kid, just only knows a little bit. He catches little bits here and there, but yeah, he's definitely not invested in a 2-hour hockey game for sure. So
yeah, and that's what we always say around here, you guys. We say we don't care about the views. The views will come as long as the product you're putting out is high quality. That's all it is. And if you keep going every day, that's why we do these reps every day, because eventually people will start noticing it because we're putting out something that is highly enjoyable. And that's all it takes. You just got to be sure that you keep doing it.
My marketing manager yesterday, we had our weekly catch up, and she says, we got to start sharing this podcast on all your channels. And she goes, we'll just make little snippets of it, little highlight reels.
Literally what we just
and then those that want to see more will obviously go through. So
yeah,
man, we sound like we know what we're talking about.
That's it. And you know what? We're going to leave it on that because I got another guest I got to get to, but I think we just solved the issue of how sports is consumed and pretty much everything, content as a whole. Because the long broadcast stuff, you're not going to get the ratings and the numbers and the fancy stuff that you want to promote, but you will get it online in your short clips. So that's sort of the transition to it. Give the short clips to people and let them discover the clips, say, I like this, click on the link, and then they come and watch the big one. Easy peasy.
There we go.
Coach Mason. Yeah, go ahead.
One thing
or two things?
One thing.
Number 2.
Okay.
For number 1. And Gary. Base running. Did you guys watch the highlight? The little off the base path run that happened?
I missed it. Was that today in the afternoon game?
No, Padres versus Dodgers. Freddie Freeman's trying to turn a double play, throwing to second base, and Machado went onto the grass. So I understand that if you feel that like your base path that you're running on, if you need to adjust your base path to avoid a throw or something, that's allowed, right? That's within the base path running rule. Like once you've established a path, you have to maintain it. But if you need to step out of line because of a throw, but he clearly stepped, knew where the ball was fielded, adjusted it, look it up, and we'll talk about it next week, but adjusted his run path and the ball hit him in the back of the arm, everybody's safe. A run comes in to score and the Padres win by 1 run. And so I don't know if it was a big talking point on the socials today. I was a little bit busy at work today, but I didn't know if you guys had seen it. Obviously not. So
Not yet. We will be sure to.
That happens, I would say, in the playoffs. It happened a couple of years ago when it was a controversial play. Somebody was running to first base. And I think they made some rule changes along first place where those white lines are.
And the bases are bigger.
It is a complicated rule.
Yeah.
Let's clarify that. I think that's a good one, Mace, or Coach, (2).
No, that's good. We will get to that one next week. Fellas, thank you again. And I did say, Maze, in our little review, I love those pods, man. They're looking pretty good. Pretty good. Pods and the Mets. NLCS.
Oh, I thought you meant the pods. I thought you had a little, I didn't know what you're talking about. Yeah. They're doing good. I think we're good except for Dragons picks.
Yeah. Okay. We'll break that all down again next week. Thank you so much to both of you. Adrian, I understand there's a time change, so we will figure all that out, and we will make sure we continue doing this because it's way too much fun always checking with you. And Coach, good luck to you on your way home, and hopefully you enjoy all the hockey stuff you got going on now that baseball is getting wrapped up. That's good. All right, take
Why
care.
the long finger? That's
Yeah,
weird.
Get out of here. No
That's
more of
ET.
that. Coach 2, phone home. Oh, well done. That's been another incredible edition of Checking In with the Land Down Under on your show on a Wednesday. Another thing we love to do around here is promote our friends. By the way, newest episode, as the phone call I got here that startled me, and then I threw my phone, that was from our good friend Greg Bamford, who has a new episode of Bamford & Co. podcast coming out today. So I'm not sure if he was talking about that, but I did the whole, while it was ringing, it says, sorry, I can't talk right now. So Bam, if you hear that, just know that I will hit you up after the show as we are currently live here and now. 3 Hall is a lovely, lovely establishment, and they're doing some really good things right now as we've joined with them and our friends in Bloom Entertainment. And they got the Unplugged open mic going on 6 to 9 on Friday. Then they got the big show on Saturday as well. And sometimes the bands and or musicians that are on the Saturday will play a couple songs to give you a little teaser of what it's going to be like the night before. And we've got all these bands coming through here. And today, it's not a band as much as a man who is sort of in a band, if you will. And we'll let him answer a lot more, as we would now like to call to the stage Matt Remenda. It's going to be a long walk. I didn't give him enough cue. I didn't give him enough time, but we got a walk-up. Yeah. There it is. We got walk-up music. It's very cool. Look at this. Well done, sir. You made it. You're in here. Here, get this bad boy. Get there nice and not too tight, but just the right amount of closeness, as we love to just get those levels perfectly done. How are you? Welcome to the studio. What do you think of all this? So many questions.
It's incredible. First off, I'm great. Second off, I love the studio.
I love that. Thank you.
It looks even better in person.
See,
Like, I don't know. There's some depth to it, because otherwise, when you're staring just flat at it, you don't see quite the shadows from the side.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Like when we first thought of this whole idea, like the video game Paperboy was the theme for it. And our buddy at Deneb Finishing, he is a huge video gamer, so he's like, yeah, we could do that. So it's like the Paperboy fence, and then the Paperboy clouds, and we got the Paperboy all over here, this little hanger thingy, and we got one of those mailbox thingers in the tooth booth. It's a very cool sort, because we wanted something different, right? You want something that'll stand out, something that people can notice. And right when you came in, you knew Maggie, and you knew all the stuff was going on. I was like, well, you actually watched, so thank you for that.
Yeah,
I really, really appreciate it. Now, what happens usually with these is I get notes from Kinger and Saul, and they're like, here's all the notes and this and that. And in my times in the past life when I would be on the radio, you would get all these notes, and I would always sort of not upset me, but I would feel like I had to get to all those things. You know what I mean? Instead of having a conversation. And I always talk about how important it is to be able to just have conversations, because once it turns into an interview, you're just checking off all this stuff.
Right.
So, I go over a little bit of this and that, but maybe tell us your story about how you sort of got to this point, because there's a bunch of stuff in there that seemed pretty interesting.
Oh, sure. So So I started playing I'm from Prince Albert.
Yeah, Prince
and-
Alberton.
Yeah,
Prince Albertons? Is
Yeah,
that?
Prince Albertons, yeah.
That's very
There's
good.
two, of which there's two of us in the
There we
group.
go.
And yeah, I started playing as a trio with a different lineup many years ago, like 2010,
Oh, okay.
2009, something like that. And then basically went on hiatus kind of around 2011, 2012, something like that, and came to Saskatoon, moved to Saskatoon to go to school at the same time that the drummer Nathan, who currently plays with us, did. And he was also going to school at that time. We both started playing at Louis used to have a open jam. Yeah.
Love the Louis,
Those
yeah.
who remember, yeah,
Absolutely.
good times.
You know,
That was where-
I actually hosted a Guitar Hero night at Louis. If you can believe that. It was literally me on the stage playing Guitar Hero, and people would sign up like it was guitar karaoke. Like, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
It was
Like,
really fun. Believe it or not, it didn't last very long, but boy, oh boy, was it fun.
But yeah,
so it's a great place for that stuff, right?
But yeah, it was a Monday night jam that every week we did that for years, and that was where I met Saul, because he used to do sound, and he used to come play all the time.
So
and,
good.
Yeah, and Nathan and I, we had played on and off again for years with each other in different groups and stuff like that. But that was where we met Mike and Cam, and the four of us just kind of clicked, and we ended up backing up a lot of people, and we all kind of have that background. Like, I like to describe this group as a group that's just full of John Paul Joneses, because unfortunately, of which I'm the least John Paul Jonesy, and so that's why I'm the person who's stuck up front and gets a microphone and talks. But but it is a group of John Paul Joneses where, for the most part, we're used to just kind of sitting in the background, backing people up.
You're like the glue.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the glue guys.
Yeah, it's
Which, again,
band of all glue, though.
But still, that's got to be a very tight band if it's all glue, right?
Right.
Like, that's the other side of it.
And that's the thing, is like, because we cut our teeth on doing that kind of thing where we weren't sure who we were going to be backing up.
Yeah.
We are able to kind of do the jam band type shtick, which, like, the thing is that jam band, it works well with us because Nathan and I have been playing for forever together. Cam and Nathan have been playing together, and Mike and Nathan have been playing together. So we've got all these different connections. And the newest addition, Jess, she's played with Cam and Nathan as well. And so now, in this group, the way that it stands now, we've been playing together since 2018, and like a lot. Like, we're doing 50 gigs a year in town.
Getting those reps, man. That's what I'm
getting
saying.
those reps.
It's all about reps.
Getting those reps.
So important.
And like, when I describe to people that, oh yeah, like, it's pretty loose, I'll be calling chords on, when we learn a new song, I'm calling them on stage, or we take 15 seconds, it's like this, and then we get to the end, and it's like, okay, switch to the fourth, switch the first and fourth. And like, when I describe it to people, it sounds like it would be a mess, and it should be a mess, but because we've been playing
Glue
together
guys,
as long as
that's
we
it.
have been,
It
works.
That's like the comfort level, right? Knowing that you can go out there and say, all right, just so I'm going to keep everyone in the loop here, and just, like you say, call out these chords so everyone knows when transitions are happening, all that stuff. If you don't have your glue guys, that stuff's impossible, because half the time you're so stuck doing your own thing, because in your head you're like, I have to hit all of these things,
Right. Yep.
and you don't even hear the call out for where you're going next.
Yep,
So you
totally.
have to have that extra sort of open side of your brain to be able to do that.
Which, along those lines, so Mike, our bass player, he also plays guitar. He plays in a bunch of bands, but one of them is like a background jazz group. Nice. And I was at a random event that he was playing with his group, and they're all friends of mine. And so at the end of it, like, they kept on kind of goading me to get up on stage and play a tune with them, and it was fine. But I'm so used to playing in that group, and we've got our own signals and just like stuff like this that's so established, that I start playing with them, and they are all like top-notch players, and it was okay, but it felt like wrong.
Well, again, because you aren't in your pocket, right? Everyone has their comfort zone. Like, for example, here, when I'm sitting in this chair, I can have great conversations because I've built that up, and I expect it from myself, and I know that if someone comes in with something to offer, that we can talk about it. But if someone comes in here and they say they sit in this chair as well in a different place, and they sort of take that role, then you could see how it would go. We'd be talking over each other, it'd be a lot of that stuff, because you don't have that background and that bonding and the glue that keeps you all together. So I totally get that.
That would be, I'm just thinking that would be a kind of like avant-garde kind of thing, as if you just had two interviewers in at the same time trying to get information out of each other.
Out interview each other?
Yeah.
That would be kind of wild. I wouldn't mind seeing that just once. It'd probably be pretty infuriating too. Like having two frontmen in a band calling out different chords as you're going, and it's like, who am I following? What's happening here?
Well,
So that's a very cool dynamic. Now, you talked a little bit about doing the open mic stuff, and we talk about how Three Hall Public House is bringing music back to Broadway with this unplugged open mic night on the Friday at 6 till 9, and then on Saturday we got the bands coming in. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of things like this as a guy who's gone to open mics and a guy who's, got your reps in those situations? How much does this matter?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously when you're first kind of starting out, like the open mic is everything, because that's where you make your connections. That's where you get your reps, obviously. And
Well, that's where you get your band members.
yeah, that's where you get your band members.
Like, it's
exactly.
there.
And so that's important when you're starting out. But then even when you get playing a whole ton, here's the thing, is that we get our reps from our gigs playing with each other, but the issue with being busy musicians is that you never get to see your friends anymore, because they're all musicians that are also busy. And so
Everyone's hustling.
yeah, and so no one gets to see each other's gigs. No one gets to see each other's tunes. And so the open mic, when you're playing a lot, is a really cool experience, because everybody's playing on Fridays at their own thing, doing their own stuff. And this is especially this one, where it's a group that had kind of scattered to the wind kind of at the beginning of COVID. And like this was kind of the core group of musicians that I was coming up with that this has been centered around anyway. And like, I don't get to see them anymore. And so right now, this is an awesome opportunity to be able to actually get out and see where they've gotten, what they're doing these days. And so and to be able to play for them, because I understand they're not going to be able to make it to mine either, because they're going to be playing on Fridays, Saturdays.
Right?
And
And with that, like, I hear you saying, this is awesome that we get to do this. Where does this go? Like, is this going to be sort of a springboard? Because the other big part of this, of bringing the bands in and the musicians in, is promoting yourself and promoting what you're doing. Get the word out where you're going, where people can find you, all that stuff. So maybe give us a little bit of that here before we wrap up. You got any other shows coming up?
So at basically everything in Saskatoon, if you stick around the stage and it's got rotating bands long enough, we'll be there.
Getting those reps.
But the easiest place to find us, if anybody's looking, we even though we're kind of wrapping up our season, we are still taking bookings. But Instagram is the best place to get at us and get information as to what's our pricing, stuff like that. But yeah, we got 3 Hall on Saturday. We'll be there. We'll be there the Friday.
Get a couple reps.
Get a couple reps in on the Friday as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we've got a few kind of just private functions that are smattered throughout the next couple months.
And those things, like, people always sort of downplay those a little bit, but at the same time, those things are just as important as all the other shows, because it gives you the ability to play to different crowds and to different people, and to understand what works best for them inside of your repertoire.
Right. And so actually along those lines, like as far as the open mic is concerned, and just gigs, like as far as where we get our gigs from, we get our gigs from gigging. It's just getting out there.
It's like putting a card out to everybody, right?
And it's like, hey, like, what are you doing in 2 weeks? We got a house party, or I run a bar on the other side of town, or we got a festival in the summer, whatever. And so it just kind of snowballs and so as far as the open mic is concerned, that's another one where I think that a lot of us, even though we're really close friends and we don't see each other as much as we'd like to, because again, musicians, kind of disappear from thought from one another for a while. And so getting back in a room with those people and being able to reconnect after a long while and remind each other that you all exist.
And get that rush from when you are together, like, okay, it's just like if it's a sports analogy, to be on a different line. Say you're playing hockey and you got your line that you came up with and the guys you love, and then sort of you all go your different ways, and then just to get that band back together on a different team, to have that instant chemistry, it just brings everybody up, just being around each other.
Right.
So that's huge. Okay, so Friday, 6 to 9 p.m., 3 Hall. That is where it's going down, the Unplugged Open Mic Night. And then Saturday, the Matt Remenda, what are we calling it? Ensemble. Okay, I know. 'Cause I saw the Prince Albertons, and I saw a bunch in there. So the Matt Remenda Ensemble will be playing on the Saturday as well. You can check that out and tell all your friends about it, because this is a very good dude here, and you're very well spoken. I could sit here and talk to you for hours, because this is the stuff I care about. You know what I mean? Because it's real shit. Like most people, like I said, they'll have their list. They'll say, okay, so where are you from? And you'll be like, Prince Albert. And people will be like, oh my God, is this an interview? You know? That's why I try to throw that shit away. And this is why. Yeah, and nobody wants to hear that. So check them out. It's going to be fantastic. And dude, it's so great to see you. I really appreciate it. And what I've been telling all the bands is, hopefully like next month, we'll do another recheck and get you back in here and just see where things are going and keep promoting what you guys are doing.
Oh,
awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Remenda! Woo! It's awkward now when you do the walk out. Look out for the TV. Lots of times people will bump the TV. Yeah,
I gotta go under and just like snake off, but it'll still be visible from.
We've had some creative exits, that's for sure. I believe we had one go right over the table, and there was like half of it was just a crotch shot, so we tried to stop doing that. Was that Network Ryan? Yeah. I think that was. Perfect. All right, that was good. God, I love this stuff. Again, 3 Hall, public house, along with our friends in Bloom Entertainment, doing great, great things. As we continue here on your show, the Wednesday edition, we got another person in the house. You know her as the co-host of the Past Our Bedtime podcast. You know her as the angel that saved my mental health by taking over all the social media garbage that ruined my brain, that being through Wendy Brooks Media. Around here, we call her Brooksie. A little bit of a low clap.
Yay!
Matt Remenda
I'll clap
definitely
for
beat you
myself.
on the clap out. That was well done.
Just because I was clapping, I'm aggressive.
I guess that's true. Well, you could clap for yourself.
like
Anyone's seeing.
like
you
a
know?
little seal.
What do seals say? They go kee kee kee.
I thought they went ar ar
R. Who does kee? I was thinking of. Well, that's a dolphin.
Yeah.
I was thinking of. Ace
Well, I
Ventura,
don't
Pet
know what
Detective. My buddy
dolphins actually sound like.
Johnny Factoid, who's coming over tonight. Shout out to Johnny Factoid and Bergie. He would always do the dolphin impression from Ace Ventura, and he's so good. Kee kee kee. So I'm gonna get him to do it tonight, just so you know. It's very, very humorous to me.
I can't do it.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I've been chilling like a villain.
Good show today, eh?
Yeah.
Fun.
There's lots of stuff going on, and
I guess you couldn't really hear the Zoom, could you?
No.
The
But
first
I
20 minutes
was
of the
laughing.
show,
I was
yeah.
watching like
The
what
reactions.
you guys, yeah.
Yeah, very funny.
Yeah.
Very, very funny.
So that's the one thing I wish we had is like earphones for everyone to hear what's going on the
We
Zoom.
could technically do it. We have
Yeah.
enough in here, I think, now. LB made us order a whole bunch of those
little earpieces?
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's what we should do.
either way, usually when you come by, we get into these lovely, lovely little Facebook posts that you put on. But before we get to
My
these
Facebook
ones,
statuses.
thank you. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple there, so we'll finish off with those. But
From
first,
my memories.
I want to talk about how cute is Leroy over at Pet Plan on 8th Street when he walks Maggie around with her leash.
Yes, it's actually the cutest thing I've ever seen.
He's a tiny dog, and he just pulls her around.
grabs her leash and tells her where to go.
It's crazy. And she does it. She's like,
Yeah,
okay,
okay, you're
like,
walking
you
me
know what I
now.
mean? It's like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
But we did do our latest Adventures with Maggie, a Halloween-themed edition. And what, you hurt
Sorry, I
yourself?
just have a pain here randomly. Keep going. Just old lady.
We did a bunch of different costume switches and some Halloween-themed toys and a bunch of other really cool stuff
Yeah.
that has basically, like, very entertaining. I was
Yeah.
very entertained today.
Yeah, and you said it'd be posted really soon, but it has to for sure be posted
Well,
after Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, no, so relatively
like
soon. Is Thanksgiving this weekend?
yeah, actually, it's Monday. Are we having a show on Monday? Let's tell the people. There's Thanksgiving on Monday.
No show.
No
No show.
show.
No show.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love days off.
Yeah.
That'll
So
give us time to do stuff.
don't tune in.
Or still tune in. There'll be something there.
Oh, you told them to do it.
What to do what?
To tune in.
Oh.
Oh! Oh my goodness.
I wasn't begging. I wasn't saying, please, please watch.
I
I'm
don't
saying
beg
if there's
either. I
something there, you
usually
can
say
enjoy
check it out.
Yeah.
Check it
I'm
out.
sorry, we have a big issue with people begging people to like and subscribe.
I know
and
he's mad 'cause I
please
called
do
him
all
out.
these things. And my reasoning always is if I actually want to do those things, I'll do them. The second you tell me to do them, that's when I don't do them.
Well, you just told them to do it.
I don't tell them to do anything.
Oh.
I want you to enjoy whatever it is you're doing.
Rewind. Just kidding.
Point is, we will have a new Adventures with Maggie coming out in the next week or so, which will be
Yes.
very, very good. No
Yes.
show on Monday. Thank you for getting that done for us.
Yeah, no problem. Let
This
the
is
people
cool.
know. No show on Monday.
The 3 people watching, Mom, Dad, no show Monday. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You
Yeah.
ready for this? I want to get into these. These are really good. You're
I'm-
so embarrassed about this first one. It just makes me so happy.
I know, but you know what? I do it for you guys, for your show.
It doesn't have a date on this first one. When do you think it was?
It was the same 11 years ago. It was the same.
11 years ago.
Yeah.
Welcome to another amazing edition of Updates with Brooksie.
Yeah.
As we hop in the DeLorean and go all the way back to October 9th of 2012.
It's the same as this
13.
one.
Yeah, 2013.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, this one, she is actually highly embarrassed, and I'm about to explain to you why. I'm going to read this in our Brooksie voice. If I wasn't already an alcoholic, studying is sure as hell driving me to become one. Brooksy, come on, man. Alcohol abuse, bro? What up with that? What kind of
For some reason, I thought it
position are
was
you in?
funny to joke about my alcoholism back in the day. it's not.
No. And you know
But-
what? You can be forgiven a little bit because for a very long time, it was pretty cool to be able to crush a 2 sticks of vodka on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Now I can't
Now,
even
not so much.
drink half a bottle of wine without dying. So
That's true. Yeah, you
Yeah.
haven't drank a long time either, hey? That's something we haven't talked about.
no, I haven't drank since Snoop
Since-
Dogg a Dog, which was like June 17th or something.
Dang,
Yeah,
good for you.
so sober.
Is that when you started your IVF treatments?
No,
No, that was just sort of when
It
you
was just-
realized
yeah.
booze wasn't for you as much?
yeah, it was a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a bit before the IVF. I knew it was coming. I was like, I should stop my alcoholism. Should start sooner so I don't get withdrawals. But honestly, the truth is that I don't really like the taste of alcohol. So when I was drinking,
Hold on. Do you know anyone who does?
yeah, the people who drink or like get non-alcoholic drinks.
I do that.
Yeah, but why do you do it if you don't like the taste?
So I can feel like I'm a part of the party.
Oh man,
It's more about inclusion.
I would
for
rather
me.
get a Coke Zero and sit with my friends and be like, this
Yeah.
is my drink. But for me, I don't like the taste. Cora loves the taste of
Our
alcohol.
Cora, yeah, she brought in the non-alcoholic hard
Yeah.
alcohol, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
And so she likes the taste, but for me, I don't. So if I'm drinking, I was drinking to get drunk. You know, like I'm not drinking, I'm not having a casual drink with my
Nothing
meal.
Cash. No
It's-
cash here.
It's just full send Wendy. Yeah.
Okay.
People like to
interesting.
call her Wendelin.
Ah, Wendelin. Why
Yeah.
Wendelin?
I don't know.
Is
Just
it a play off Gwendolyn? Who's a famous Gwendolyn there, Curdy?
Spider-Man's dead girlfriend.
There you go.
Spider-Man's dead
Nailed it.
girlfriend. Wow.
So when you drink, you turn into Spider-Man's ex-girlfriend.
Dead girlfriend. She's
Even
dead.
worse.
And yes, actually, I do
no.
die every time I drink. So
Here, here.
relatable.
Well, congratulations on your soberness.
Thank you.
It's becoming cool. That's the one thing I've noticed, sort of, on my little adventure. I think we're coming up on almost 4 years now, damn
Mhm.
near. Is like day by day it becomes cooler to not drink, which is so weird to me. It's like trendy.
Yeah. Well, I think too the difference between me and you is that like I'm a girl, so like lots of people are like, "Are you pregnant?" Like that's the first thing they ask you,
That
and
would
I'm
get
like,
annoying, yeah.
you know what? I wish. That's
I'm
what I would
trying.
say to that.
I'm literally
Yeah,
taking out
lol.
loans to try to do that.
Literally
Thank
IVF over here.
you. Yeah.
but
See, yours is a little bit different than most.
yeah,
But I
but
hear what
well,
you're
not
saying.
most. Every girl basically
Yeah.
who quits drinking.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2. Again, from 11 years ago. Ah, Brexy.
I don't know what this says.
So unbelievably tired. I can almost fall asleep standing. Sad face.
Yeah, you know what? That was you on Monday. You literally said that.
Yeah.
Not standing. You said I can fall asleep right here.
On like that, and that was bad. That was like going off an hour of sleep. We had a tough go.
Yeah, that
Real
was
tough go.
that was probably me there.
But
Because
you were
it was
probably-
the same day I was studying and wishing I could be drunk.
Oh,
So-
okay. I see that now. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm guessing I was just like so tired from
So
studying.
hungover.
I mean, it's embarrassing. I was learning those statuses in college. It wasn't even like high school, Wendy. It's so bad.
Didn't even think about that.
I
This is
know.
college, Wendy.
Yeah. Not university, Wendy. Whole different
No,
person. But
of course.
college, Wendy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
High
had, like,
school.
You've had like 3 different whole personalities.
I've went through many different lives. Yes. I've had many different lives.
And that brings us to our final one of the day. And this one is a very, very in the now.
In the
this
now.
is about to be happening.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you'll be saying this one again. This is Brooksie. This one's 15 years ago. 15. That might have been high school.
This is
Brooksie.
high school, yep.
Okay. All it says is, blah, snow. Sad face.
Yeah, that was grade 9. But you know what's crazy? So I sent this to you actually yesterday, right?
Yep.
And yesterday was so nice out. It was like hot. Like I
Yeah,
wore a
beautiful.
t-shirt
Beautiful.
and just normal clothes.
Yep.
On that day 15 years ago, it was snowing. And there's no signs of snow here. I don't see any signs. All the rabbits are still brown. I don't know when it's going to snow, but
Everybody
this
is
time
just
last year it was snowing. Or
cursing your
15 years
name
ago.
right now. They are cursing your name right now because you literally just said, come on, Mother Nature, I dare you.
Well,
Bring the snow in.
Some people like snow. I don't, so I'm cursing my own name. But some people are like, yay, she's jinxing it.
Yeah,
Snow.
well, snow is very, very good for our sisters and brothers out there feeding the world, all of our farming friends.
Yeah, my
So
dad,
we want that. Yeah, there you
Farmer
go.
Brooksie.
Out on Brooks Road. The
Brooks
old
Road?
Brooks Road.
Yeah.
What's that song? Take it on down to the old Brooks Road.
Yeah, if you
Is
guys
it?
ever drive past Rossern towards past Rossern from Saskatoon.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right by the golf course, regional golf course. On
Very
the
good.
other side, there's Brooks Road. So you should take a little detour and check out our farm.
Have you ever gotten anyone to send you pictures of Brooks Road?
I could just go there and take photos.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, la-di-da.
I have a photo of the thing that says Brooks Road. So, yeah, we have a Century Farm. It's like 130 years old or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
Okay.
I'm going to destroy the farming legacy because I was the only kid born and I'm not farming.
You're letting the farming legacy die.
Yeah, I guess so. Unless
your
I
dad
have a
feel about that?
kid. Well, I don't know. I don't know. He took
Sorry, is
it.
that way too serious a question?
He took it pretty seriously when he found out I was changing my last name, but I haven't changed my last name yet. So, we'll see. We'll see what
Interesting.
happens.
Do you have to rename the road if you change your last name? Sean Road?
No, it's still Brooks Road.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Brooks is such a way better last name than Sean. Sorry, Brad.
You can't say that about your husband's legacy.
I was like, this is what I think. I think we should let everyone come into the wedding, and who is an immediate family, like friends, whatever, who are at the wedding, get to vote
MCs?
for
Okay, good.
for whoever has the coolest last name, whichever last name, and then at the end of the night you
Tally the votes.
tally the votes, and that's the name you should have.
Let's find out.
Isn't
Will
that funny?
she be changing her name or not?
Anyway, I think everyone for sure. Who wouldn't pick Brooks?
I think Sean.
You take Sean.
That's because I love
But
Brad.
people-
I love Brad.
People, because the way it's spelled, Schaan, say Shan, and that's not cool either.
Okay.
Shan.
But that's not because of the name. Like now you're getting technical.
And another thing, one more thing,
Okay.
is my name. For some reason,
Yep.
each name I have is Wendy, Winona, Brooks. Okay, each one has 6 letters, so it's like 666. So the
Number
doctors,
the beast, dude.
the doctors told my mom I'm gonna be a devil child, and so I was like, well, I'll get married someday. You know what I mean? And then I did, but Sean has 6 letters too. So
Just
here we are.
Getting right back into the devil gimmick.
Yeah, just still a devil.
Brooksy, I don't know what we're going to do.
I know it's a sad life for me, but maybe I'll change my name someday to Brooksie, Winona Brooks, Sean.
Sounds like a stage name if you were like a performer.
What kind of performer?
Ukulele.
Okay.
Did you know that our newest member of this amazing team, our friend Emily May, also ukuleles?
No, we should have a
So,
ukulele.
Currently, this is what I'm
session.
thinking. We have 3 different drummers. We got my main man, Graham Templeman, who's starting a story time with Grandma. He's coming in tomorrow. We're going to start recording the first couple episodes of that, which is going to be very fun.
Okay, wait.
Incredible drummer
Story time with grandma?
with Uncle Grandma.
Oh,
It's catchy.
sorry. I thought like he was going to interview his grandma, and that would
No.
have been so cute. That's such
Grandma
a cute podcast
is his
idea.
name. So we got him as a drummer. Then we also got my main man, Jeff Peterson, right here, Mr. Peterson,
Mhm.
also a drummer, which is very cool. We also have our friend Vaughn Trask from 911 Turbo, also a drummer.
Mhm.
But he also plays synth and plays a bunch of other stuff. So we have
Yeah.
3 drummers on board.
You forgot about Kurt.
I'm not even close.
Oh, sorry. Keep going.
We also have Kurt Dahl from One Bad Son. So I guess technically it's 4 drummers. Okay?
Yeah.
He's more of the lawyer than the drummer nowadays. So I like to say we got a lot of drummers
But
already.
his Instagram handle is drummer lawyer. He really makes sure it's first.
Okay, so we have 4 drummers. I don't know what the hell we're going to do with 4 drummers, but we will work that out. We have 2 ukuleles. We got Matt from all the bands, including Untimely Demise, Raven Witch, and Into Eternity. Okay, so that's a guitarist there. We got LB, who is a literal singer in the Fireside Singers, which, by the way, Mom, we got to buy some tickets. We're taking the whole team to Fireside, which is going to be very fun. We're just going to heckle the hell out of them. It's going to be great. So excited.
I love
Just
heckling.
boo
I'm
'em
so
off the
good at it.
stage. Yeah, we're going to ruin Fireside.
That's
It'll
how
be
I heckle
lovely.
you during
Yeah,
N64.
Smash Bros. So we have that. We got the singers. We got Coach Mazer, who's an incredible singer. We got the ukuleles. We got the guitars. Like, we have damn near a 9-piece band already here, just under our Dufferin Avenue label.
I could also play some other things. I could play a little piano,
That's good.
play the egg shaker, the
Egg
tambourine.
shaker?
Yeah,
Tambourine.
an egg
Is it
shaker.
called an egg shaker?
Well, it's shaped as an egg, the one I have. Egg
Yeah,
shaker.
that's, I guess.
Harmonica, that seems pretty easy to
We
kind of play.
talked about the mouth organ the other day. It's tough.
No,
It
it's
is
not-
not easy. I got my brother Davey a really
not
nice
that hard.
harmonica. It's hard, dude.
Nah. I'll try it.
It's fun, but it's hard. Like, to
Well,
actually
because
get
you
good.
could breathe in too when
Well,
you're
that's
doing
the
it.
whole point. Is you're always breathing like that.
You
know?
doing that kind of reminded me of Woody Woodpecker. And that's just another thing. If you haven't seen Past Our Bedtime, we talk about birds. And Woody Woodpecker is one of them. And you want to hear a joke?
Sure. There's no way this is gonna suck.
How did the tree get pregnant?
Oh boy, I don't know.
Because of the woodpecker.
Big surprise. How was the show? Yeah,
good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone.
Hey, I thought you were a dad. I thought you'd appreciate the dad joke.
That's a good point. I think you like the deep down.
Yeah, the
This
show's
is
the
this
show's
is
really good.
The Bird Hot Tub Show.
Yeah, and we have a really funny TikTok I'm gonna be posting soon.
And what does it consist of?
Us making bird sounds.
What
Yeah,
kind of bird sounds?
woodpecker bird sounds.
So you're doing like the ha ha ha, that one?
Well, it didn't start off like that. They were
No?
like actually trying to make woodpecker bird sounds. Like,
And what does a normal woodpecker sound like?
like I don't know. Yeah, but try to make that with your mouth. At least you could roll your R's.
Someone's got to roll the R's. You know?
I can do, but like lots of people can't.
Yeah. It's a tough thing to do. So you talked about woodpeckers. I keep asking. We talked to Hardcore on Friday about it as well.
Hmm.
No yellow-chested warblers?
I think she said it. You gotta
I
watch.
think I said that once, yeah.
You used to be our biggest fan.
Well, I watch, but when I'm watching, I'm always doing other stuff. I'm not giving it the amount of attention that it deserves.
Oh, that's fine.
So
You don't
that's
need
when
to
I
watch
feel a
our
bit
face.
bad. Well, that's what I mean, but I don't take it all
Oh.
in because I'm doing other stuff. Like I
As
always
long
try
as
to
you give us
support.
those views, it's
Yeah, just
fine.
trying to get some support in there. And I know that the show is actually very entertaining. And that's the other big thing why I enjoy it is because you do different things and you talk about different stuff and you don't stick yourself into one little thing and then don't grow out of it.
I'll have to
Like,
do
Video games to bird watching is a pretty good jump. And I love that.
I'll have to do one about wrestling, and then you'll really want to watch.
I'm telling you, Hardcore is all about the rest.
I know, that's why I said it. I would just sit there and nod and then laugh and like guess things. I don't know how that would work,
Hold
but
on. Do you know any wrestlers?
macho,
Let's see how
man.
many wrestlers Brooksie can name here. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Ass.
That's
the first one.
That's amazing.
That's the first one. Wow.
Oh, you didn't know?
Anyway,
got?
I only remember that because I was playing that wrestling
Yeah,
game,
we're
and
playing
that
No Mercy. We got No Mercy now, by the way.
and
Amazing.
yeah, and then the guy mooned me out of nowhere, and I was like, "No wonder your name is Mr. Ass."
Now
Anyway,
she's getting it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should hear him sing about ass. That's all he does. He likes to do so many things.
that's all I know. Macho Libre,
Nacho Libre.
Nacho Libre.
Not a-
I said macho.
Yeah, because you said
Whatever.
Macho Man before, right?
Macho man.
So far, Nacho Libre, Macho
Someone
Man.
exists who the only wrestler they know is Billy Gunn.
Isn't that amazing? He would be so happy. Can you imagine if someone told him that?
He would
That'd make his
probably
day.
pick up the phone if you
Yeah.
called
He's not joking. It's true. So Mr. Ass and Macho Man. That's incredible.
Yeah, so those are my faves. Actually, Top Gun or Top Cock.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. I was like, Top Gun? No.
No, I meant to say
The
Top
Top Cock. The
Cock.
greatest wrestler on planet Earth right now, and it's not even close. I always look for our boy Big C sent me one of those things. What are they called? Where is it?
Meme?
Vimeo? Vimeo? What's the thing where
Oh.
the guys send you?
Yeah, it's like a birthday message.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got him from Topcock?
Yeah, Dalton Castle, the greatest wrestler on planet Earth. I love him
Wow.
so much. He's like the peacock, and he's got the boys that are in his crew, and then when he comes out, he's got the big peacock,
Yeah.
cape, and then he tells the boys, let's go break some hearts. And he's actually like a classically trained theater person. Theater.
Yeah.
So he's like so good at the other side. He's really good at wrestling too. He loves throwing suplexes.
You know,
He recently has been like climbing the ladder. He's held a couple belts. I love Dalton Castle.
you know how I know him?
I do actually.
How? You tell me our story.
Because I have the shirt that I
Yeah.
also got from a Mad Big C for my birthday.
It's true.
And then you're like, what does it say cock on your shirt? It's like, top cock. First off, we're in a radio station. You can't talk like that. Secondly,
No.
I proceeded to show you the first time you ever tried an appletini.
Yeah.
Christopher, what is this? Can't
Yeah.
believe how good the appletinis are. And he's just an incredible wrestler. And we went down the whole rabbit hole.
We did, and
made
then
you
he
watch,
was
like,
showing me
half-hour
videos, so many
Dalton
videos of intros for wrestlers. But the thing that I think is funny is on my memory every once in a while, I have a video of you wearing your Top Cock shirt,
So good.
and I'm filming you, and you notice it as you're live on the radio, and you say, and I'm wearing my Top Cock shirt, as you can see, but you're live on the radio and nobody can see it, so it makes me giggle because you did it just for me, even
And
though you're
now
live.
it's the other way because
Now
on-
they
on
can
this,
see.
And they, yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like, geez.
but also your beard is so short, and your hair in this video, I need to find it for you. I
think
saw
I
it
wanna see
literally
it.
the other day, and it
No,
was
that
like
scares me.
you could almost see the shape of your face.
It's the worst.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's a bad face. It's okay.
It's not bad.
No, unlike this show, which is very, very good. Another incredible one. Phenom, give me a camera 3 for a second, and let me just ask you, are you ready, my friend, to play us out? There he is. God, I love him.
I like the skeleton with the eyes and
Isn't it
that.
spooky? We're slowly spooking up.
Can I have the hand?
You're going to play piano? Because it started.
Yeah, with the hand. Duh.
There you go. What a day. Man, I believe that's what they call the whirlwind, hey? When
I don't have the hand.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good here. Hold on. See if you can get a drink. Yeah.
I did it.
It's pretty good. Pretty darn good. That's a strong skeleton hand. To Coach number 1, as well as Coach 2. Thank you so much for kicking the show off with an incredible Zoom, like we always do, from the land down under. It's greatly appreciated as we talked about a bunch of cool stuff. As well to Matt Remenda. Do not sleep on this dude. Gertie and I were talking before. One of the nicest dudes in the world, hey? Just a really, really good dude. He stopped by to tell us about what he's got going on this weekend with our friends in Bloom Entertainment and over at the 3 Hall Public House. Friday, 6 to 9. Get in there. Unplugged open mic as well. You can get some meals, and you could be either home and in bed by 9:30 or just starting your night and heading out to Broadway.
Oh, the food at 3 Halls, so good.
Bringing music back to Broadway, baby. That's what it's all about. And then Matt Remenda and the band going on Saturday night as well, doing a full show for you to enjoy. So thank you to him for stopping by. That is greatly appreciated. As well to Brooksie. Thank you so much, my friend. Always love checking in with your updates. You really bring the heat. I love how your skeletal hand. I wonder, you should introduce that hand to our hand over here to the Phenom. What do you think? Oh, easy. Don't hurt him.
I
That's-
can't reach.
Are you guys meeting in the middle?
No.
There it
High
is.
five me.
This is love right here. You know that song, What is Love? Baby, Don't Hurt Me? That's what it is. That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful moment.
Phenom, thank you so much. You're amazing in there as well. Curdy Anderson, love you, buddy. Stripped down, another huge one last night. Great outfit. Love when you do that, and we'll do some more talking here right away. And to you at home, thank you so much for listening and or watching, as we always appreciate it. And remember, very important, karma is the realest thing you will ever experience. Do good things, I promise you. They'll start happening to you, all right? We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Great job.